Diddy and Jay-Z forced me to sacrifice. Jay-Z used to take me to Diddy's parties and present me in front of everyone. Then Diddy would pay him. I have all the videotapes and I will present them to the FBI.
After Diddy's arrest, people began to wonder if Jay-Z and Beyonce were involved in this story.
One person.
Oh, go on.
And I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
He's the only person who's Sean approved.
There's not a single person that
outside of family.
That should be outside of my mother.
Okay, just
that should be calling me.
Looks like Beyonce and Jay-Z are not done in regards to this Jaguar Wright interview on Piers Morgan. Their attorney is actually speaking out and saying they never sent a cease and desist to Piers Morgan Uncensored. They sent an ultimatum.
Have you ever wondered what Beyonce's home looks like? Well, here it is. Beyonce and Jay-Z just spent $200 million on this home, making it the most expensive home ever in California history and second in the entire country. For that price tag, you get this concrete mansion sitting on 8 acres of unobstructed ocean view land and has over 40,000 square foot of living space designed by Tato Endao, the famous Japanese architect.
We have some new information tonight in the fire at a Garden District mansion purchased by Beyonce with an arson investigation underway.
Yeah, it's a story that Danny Monteverdi broke this afternoon with Ramon Vargas from our partners over at the Times-Picayune New Orleans Advocate. Danny was there when investigators arrived, and he has the latest.
In a shocking change of events, the FBI has raided Jay-Z and Beyonce's estate, and the fallout has put Diddy scurrying behind jail. Jay-Z and Diddy, who have been inseparable throughout the years, suddenly find themselves in the heart of a growing controversy. With Diddy's arrest looming big, Jay-Z's strange quiet has generated even more suspicion. Desperate to get out of prison, Diddy has asked for bail a third time.
Extra has obtained the new 31-page document Diddy's lawyers just filed with the court, pleading their case to win his freedom on a $50 million bail. Inside the papers, Diddy's lawyers insist he is not a flight risk, calling him one of the most recognizable people on earth. Its attorneys revealed he paid off the $18 million he owed on his $48 million South Florida mansion in August, 2 weeks before his arrest, so it can be used for collateral. They insist if Combs is allowed out before trial, a third-party security force would monitor him 24/7 by GPS, with video cameras on him the entire time if necessary. He would also have no access to phones or the internet. 2 other judges have already denied Diddy's release. His appearance before a judge is the latest high-stakes, high-dollar legal maneuver. It comes after dozens of new accusers made disturbing new accusations and after the government announced its jaw-dropping allegations against him.
The freak-off sometimes lasted days at a time.
The case against Sean Combs might as well just be called the freak-offs.
Tonight, ABC's Secret Life of Diddy is taking a deep dive into the case.
Interstate transportation for prostitution.
And now, legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer is exposing what they found.
The baby oil, the guns, the videos, the corroborating statements from multiple alleged victims. There's so much to uncover in this story.
From the claims to the racketeering charge, this seems like the prosecution's case makes it clear that he had a lot of help along the way.
When it comes to the allegations against Sean Combs, we're learning that people contributed to these freak-offs, both in terms of the transportation of the setting up of these freak-off parties, and also the cleaning up and also silencing of some of these alleged victims. It was an entire network, an entire criminal enterprise, if you will, that we're learning through these allegations. People are worried about where subpoenas are going to land next, who's going to be questioned, who's going to get a deal first to testify against Sean Combs.
Tonight's 2020 special also delves into the relationship between Diddy and Cassie Ventura. Cassie's original lawsuit, which was settled, may have broken the case against Diddy wide open.
Tiffany Red, a close friend of Cassie, you'll hear her words talking about how she was a witness to some of the abuse.
I remember her being like, "You want to see something crazy?" And I was like, "What?" And she answered the phone. And as soon as she answered, "Where are you?" Like, he was so upset that she was out. He was just like, I remember him screaming and saying, "Is somebody in the car with you? I know someone's in the car with you." So that was like my first time being like, something is wrong.
You're a defense attorney. What insight can you give us about this case?
Looking at this case as a defense attorney, and not just a defense attorney, but one who practices in the Southern District of New York, this court is notorious for having a high conviction rate. We've already seen numerous people, Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly, and others charged with similar crimes and being convicted in similar settings. And so for a defense, it's going to be a very difficult one to convince a jury of Sean Combs' peers.
We've got an attorney with us now. We have Ariel. She's joining us now. So who do you think that this star is, that we've got this unidentified male? And how could this be impacting the case?
I know who it is, which I'm not going to say out of respect. But how is it going to impact the case? I think the impact would be more so if that person was revealed. It would be, I think, shocking to everyone, kind of shocking, but not shocking at the same time. And I think it would just goes to show about the pattern of Mr. Combs' behavior against other people, like Mrs. Ventura and like the person that was in the video.
So one of the reasons that Diddy's been denied bail is a threat of him tampering with witnesses. His lawyers dismissed that threat, saying prosecutors have failed to provide evidence of the suspected tampering. How real is this threat, and could it impact the jury selection process and therefore delay the trial?
I think it's more so about him being a flight risk than tampering. We have seen some evidence where he, specifically with one of the members of Dirty Money, as we all know, Don Richard had filed a lawsuit against Diddy. And then the other member of that Dirty Money group came out and essentially undermined her claim and said, oh, well, I didn't see anything. I don't know anything about this. And then we later found out that Diddy called her 54 times in a row. Oh. So I think that those situations lend to maybe some issues with tampering. And I do feel like there are victims who are scared to come forward, including my client. She was very nervous about if he was going to get bail this week. And once I told her, and then come after people, including her and some of the other individuals. And she was very relieved when he did not receive bail. So I think the issue is a combination of things, not only tampering, but more so of a flight risk.
Yeah, we've seen sort of two waves, a first wave and then a second wave after bail was denied the second time.
How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly publicly? Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. Pierce.
The raid on Jay-Z's house has left tongues spinning, with many putting together the relationship between Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Diddy. Speculation is running wild as the public seeks to comprehend exactly how deep their relationships go and what secrets could be lying behind closed doors.
People that are attached to Diddy and that are pulling the strings. One of them is Beyonce.
Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about that.
And one of them is Jay-Z.
Yep.
Now, very interesting is, this is a clue. Anytime you watch, literally, you watch the Grammys, every single person, every single woman artist, and even some guys, they always thank Beyonce.
Yeah.
Every damn time. From Lady Gaga to Miley Cyrus,
Adele,
Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Lizzo, they all thank Beyonce. But why? So So theory goes that way back when Aaliyah, one of the biggest hip-hop artists back in the day, R&B artists back in the day, she was on the rise at the same time as Beyonce. But who was in power at the time? Obviously Jay-Z and Beyonce. And as we know,
I forgot
Diddy, right?
Yeah.
Now people are tying all three together, but check this out. So theory goes that they decided to take out Aaliyah because she was such a competition to Beyonce to be number one.
Damn.
And she really was. She was about to outshine her, right? Now check this out. There's another artist.
Isn't the one with the swoop? Oh, I forgot her name.
Left Eye.
Left Eye.
Yo,
Left
check
Eye.
this out. This is what's crazy, right? Aaliyah, Left Eye, and Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson. Now check this out. All three of them, they died on the 25th day of the month.
Okay.
Aaliyah died on August 25th.
Okay.
Left Eye died April 25th. Michael Jackson died June 25th. All three of these celebrities, people are saying they were lined up and taken out by the string pullers, which are who? Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Diddy. Now, somebody exposed it though.
Yeah.
And it's an artist we all know, fam. It's a popular rapper we all know and love.
Oh, yay.
No. What? J. Cole.
Okay, I low-key heard this one.
You heard this?
Is it the She Knows?
Yeah, it's She Knows. Bro, but the popular one is like, oh, She Knows. So it's like Sean Knowles.
Knowles,
like,
yeah.
So Jay-Z's real name is Sean. And P. Diddy's name is Sean. And Knowles is the last name.
Of thing.
Yeah, of Beyonce. All right, but check this out, right?
Yeah.
The lyrics tell themselves.
Oh, I didn't read the lyrics.
The lyrics tell themselves. Remember the three celebrities I was talking about?
Yeah.
In the song, J. Cole says, R.I.P. Aaliyah, R.I.P. Left Eye.
What?
Michael Jackson, I see ya just as soon as I die. That's what he says. Fam, he says that in the rap. You want me to play? I'll play it for you right now. Crazy.
Wait, what did he say? Michael Jackson, I see ya?
Michael Jackson, I see ya. So he's saying like he sees who died. He's pointing out each one.
You know there's, okay, go show me first. There's a crazy theory to that
Look, just as soon as I. So he's saying, right? Back this. Right after. It's in the song She Knows. And that's the chorus. She knows. People are saying J. Cole is pointing fingers at
the people,
Jay-Z and Beyonce, responsible for their deaths. Now check this out.
Yeah.
He leaves even more clues. Not a lot of people know these clues though.
Yeah.
TikTok is going crazy about the She Knows, but there's more lyrics that tie in.
What does it say?
Later in the song, he says, got me up so high, trying to get a piece of the apple pie. Apple pie.
Oh, is that code word?
That's a song.
Oh, I thought it was
a song by TLC featuring Destiny's Child. So Apple Pie is a song by Destiny's Child featuring who? Beyonce, part of Destiny's Child. And there's more. Everyone knows the song. Here, I can just play it for you.
Yeah, let me see.
Look. Everybody knows this song. Popular Beyonce song. If you want it, what? Put a ring on it. He says here. Wait, what you want from to put a ring on it? Right?
Yeah.
Now check this out. It goes later in the song. After he goes, she knows, right? I can't be what you want from me. Well, all right? I can't be what you want from me. Well, all right. All right. Slow it down, though. Slow it down.
I just dissed you.
I can't be what you want from me. Beyonce, I can't be what you want from me. Oh! Yeah, man! That's what he's saying! The whole song is about Beyonce. I can't be what you want from me. Well, all right. I can't be what you want from me.
Oh,
all right.
Can't be like Beyonce. I can't
Beyonce. Yo, who's he signed to?
Oh, he signed to them?
He signed to Rock Nation, fam.
Oh,
he signed to Rock Nation, Jay-Z, Beyonce.
Really?
It's all there.
While their link has always looked rock strong, many are now asking whether Diddy's arrest was part of a wider trap, one that may lead to Jay-Z's demise as well. As the probe develops, the borders between loyalty and accountability are beginning to blur.
Diddy is planning on exposing all his partners in crime from back in the day after the lawsuits against him are getting more and more serious, and every day feels like he's inching closer to jail time. The reason he isn't in jail is because Diddy is allegedly working with authorities to expose Jay-Z's involvement in unaliving his mistress, Kathy White. So if the name Kathy White doesn't ring a bell, it's because she's been scrubbed from the internet, and people are saying Jay-Z was the one who got her removed from the web. Why? Because Kathy White was allegedly Jay-Z's side piece he got pregnant while he was married to Beyonce. Kathy was an up-and-coming publicist when she mysteriously died at 28 from what officials say was a brain aneurysm, despite being incredibly healthy and her death being, well, shady. Rumors about the alleged affair between Jay-Z and Kathy sparked after she was spotted at a Las Vegas nightclub partying with Jay-Z and Diddy. It didn't take long for people to start connecting the dots and figuring out that Kathy was Jay-Z's mistress. Kathy had enough of living a double life and decided that it was finally time to tell her story, and that's when she was offed. First responders to the scene felt her death was suspicious, and NYPD officers speculated that, quote, someone might have given Kathy a bad drug, end quote, and ordered a toxicology report, but that report never came. And it sounds like somebody was pulling strings to get her death covered up. Renewed attention on this case was started by someone who also believes Jay had something to do with Kathy's death, reporter Liz Krogan. Liz wrote an extensive report about the whole thing where she talked about how she reached out to Kathy for an interview about Jay-Z. Kathy allegedly told Liz that she would consider doing a tell-all about the affair. Then all of a sudden, Liz couldn't get through to Kathy again, and when she finally got a hold of one of her friends, she was informed that Kathy had passed away. And now Diddy is allegedly set to reveal all Jay-Z's secrets about how he unalived his mistress to protect his wife. And Diddy's not the only celebrity who feels this way, because Jaguar Wright once talked about how she believed Jay or Beyonce might have done the deed and then had people clean it up.
Life was taken unfairly. She actually died screaming. And the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? And maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brand, see?
Anyway, it seems like fans are happy that people are finally talking about Kathy White, and some have even compared it to Kim Porter's death. Kim was Diddy's girlfriend who also died under mysterious circumstances.
If the Me Too movement were real, why aren't they speaking now? They've also been very quiet in this time of the diddler's downfall.
Jaguar,
Guess they're on vacation.
If this goes to court, Jaguar, do you think the world is going to be shocked by what comes out?
Oh, absolutely. I just don't know why they are. It's been happening in front of everyone's faces for decades. For decades.
How many victims?
What's the difference between me and Judy Garland?
Jaguar Wright, renowned for speaking her truth no matter the repercussions, recently appeared on Piers Morgan Uncensored to unleash a bombshell claiming, Jay-Z is next, he's a monster. But Jaguar didn't stop there. She went on to expose Beyonce as well. I've talked to hundreds of victims that I deal with myself. I have 3 victims right now who are eager to give testimonials concerning not just what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well, she said. They are a nasty little couple. They do awful things, keeping individuals against their will, putting them on flights when they are asleep. This is similar to how Aaliyah boarded that aircraft while she was unconscious. There's a lot of stuff that people don't want to speak about, Piers. I'm simply being honest, but the interview came with repercussions.
What are your thoughts on Jaguar Wright being mentioned all over national news?
Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
The thing about her is, like, sometimes there's a lot of truth to what she's saying based on my personal experience. I'm not going to say she's completely accurate all the time, but some of the things she said were things that I was actually thinking, but I was like, I could never say that because people would say I'm hating. But I know for a fact that, you know, the thing she said, like the thing they all have in common is, you know, R. Kelly and Puff and the Weinstein and Epstein. When someone gets on a national platform like that and it's said where everyone, I guess now he's gonna have to regulate that.
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. He was working with R. Kelly and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all of those records together. They both Aaliyah. They shared so much in common.
Puff was the first one that came through and made us feel like, you know, it was us.
Faced with significant outrage, Jaguar Wright finally made a public apology and took down the incendiary piece. But why the abrupt backtracking? It appears Jay-Z and Beyonce were none too thrilled with Jaguar's assertions. Insiders think the power couple could have been truly intimidated by her statements, causing them to lawyer up and take immediate measures to safeguard their image.
So earlier today, we reported to you that Piers Morgan decided to take down parts of his interview with Jaguar Wright, where she talked about and referred to Beyonce and Jay-Z as monsters and alleged that these two have held people against their own will. In a statement from Beyonce's attorneys, they said that these statements from Jaguar Wright were completely untrue and false, and asked that Piers Morgan take those clips down and to apologize, which Piers Morgan actually did. Well, now, and this is becoming a trend from celebrities, their attorney is speaking out on TMZ Live and addressing why Beyonce and Jay-Z decided to speak out. And he says that what Piers did and what Jaguar said actually hurts the real victims.
This must have been shocking to you that somebody comes on a show and then kind of levels these vague-ish allegations. Were you kind of ready for something like this to eventually happen?
Listen, there's rumors and then there's nonsense, and this is one step further, right? This is a pointed and formal accusation of something, and I felt it needed to be responded to. So I think somebody reported it was a cease and desist. It wasn't that. It was quite bluntly an ultimatum, which is remove that false accusation that's demonstrably false, or a court's going to order you to. And so I think he made the wise choice. And
so basically he's saying that they were willing to actually sue Piers Morgan over these statements. But Piers, in the moment when he was interviewing Jaguar Wright, already was backpedaling, saying that, you know, we can't confirm or deny some of what she was saying, but has since went on his platform to denounce it. It's just not worth it for him. In the separate video that we did covering the story, we told you Piers Morgan is not just Piers Morgan on YouTube. It's not like Kempire here on YouTube. He has a monster house behind him, including Rupert Murdoch, who owns 50% of his YouTube channel. That is billions of dollars behind Piers Morgan. And one of the other things that I noted was the fact that Piers Morgan's contract with Rupert Murdoch's company, News UK, is up for negotiations now. So that could be a part of the motivation behind Piers Morgan. It's not worth it for him. However, take a listen to what the attorney says in regards to why this is so dangerous.
And acted accordingly.
He meaning Piers Morgan.
Removing it and apologizing for it, yes. What changed here in my mind is that somebody on a so-called journalistic platform exploited that kind of random rumor mill, whether it's disconnected from reality or what have you, and lifted it up. And by doing that, you know, they not only caused harm here, but they are also droning out the voices of real victims. And by doing that to get clicks, it didn't just harm the Carters. What he did effectively was to drone out the voices of actual victims in an ongoing case, in an ongoing investigation. And that was too much for me.
So this is my girl, Jaguar Wright. I'm sure y'all know that this is the one and only Jay-Z. So recently, since Jaguar Wright has done the Piers Morgan show, and she talked about Jay-Z and Beyonce, Piers Morgan has received a cease and desist letter, basically telling him to retract all the statements about Jay-Z and Beyonce. But people are wondering why Jaguar Wright has not received this type of letter. And people are waiting to see exactly what Jaguar is going to say next. And this is what she got to say.
Well, a lot of people are expecting a lot of things. A lot of people are expecting me to say a lot of things. is there to say? Check. The next one will be made. That I promise you. But let's look at what has actually happened. 7 days since Pierce Morgan interview. I didn't ask for that interview.
The boy Puffy called me though. Puffy called me back in the day. He called me, he was like, I just want you to know I ain't have nothing to do with your mom.
Is he this gangster that behind the scenes is that him? Or is that people
Shout out to Wendy Williams.
Jaguar Wright isn't backing down, however. She's sticking hard to her accusation that Jay-Z organized Diddy's imprisonment as a distraction, ensuring the attention kept off his secrets.
Who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D. Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
We need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that moment. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died of an imaginary aneurysm, just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is you. And the boss's boss don't get no. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. You right, I go to Diddy parties to walk mother out, cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
So let me ask you, because I look at Gabriel Union, and when you mention things like Jay-Z's time is coming for him, then I look at Beyonce, and I say that women do have a
that country album, and any of you that buy that shit stupid as shit.
You don't give it no
trap
credit.
music with goddamn a holster and a ass.
Kathy White's life was taken unfairly. She actually died screaming, and the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think, and maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brand's sake? I mean, I'm just speculating.
So, what do you think? Is there more to Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship to Diddy's demise than meets the eye? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoy this video, press that subscribe button so you never miss out on any future videos. Until then, fam, keep it genuine.